On an absolute gorgeous Tuesday afternoon here at West Prairie High School, the West Prairie Mustangs are coming off a miraculous come from behind victory in the Perry County Championship game on Saturday against Newport. As today it is the breast cancer awareness game for the West Prairie baseball team, as the Mustangs will be taking on the Waynesboro Indians here in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division matchup. Hello everyone watching on the West Prairie Athletic Department YouTube channel. My name is Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Prairie Athletics, here for what should be a good one between the Mustangs and the Indians. West Prairie is coming off a huge 7-6 victory against Newport in the Perry County Championship game this past Saturday here on their home field against the Newport Buffaloes. In the Perry County Championship, the Mustangs scoring 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th after being down 6-1 heading into that inning. And the Mustangs are Perry County champions for the second consecutive year. They are 4-3 overall, and they have 1 win and 4 losses against Mid-Penn Colonial Division opponents. The Waynesboro Indians come into this game with an overall record of 2 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw. They are 0-3-1 in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. The Indians are coming off a tough Mercy Rule loss in 5 innings, 10-0 on the road last night against Cumberland Valley. And this should be a very intriguing matchup, as this is the 4th consecutive year, the 3rd consecutive year that these two teams have met as division rivals. The Indians have a slight lead. The Waynesboro has won 3 of the last 4 games against West Prairie as division opponents, and in each of those 3 games, they resulted in a 1-run win for the Indians. So West Prairie could, or actually all 3. The only time that West Prairie won in that 4-game stretch was on April 22nd, 2021, in Game 2 of the year at West Prairie, when the Mustangs were victorious 5-4. So there have been some very close games between these two teams. West Prairie on Saturday, had a dominant and very thrilling Perry County Championship on Saturday. They started off the day in the semifinals against the Greenwood Wildcats, and the Mustangs dominated in 5 innings by a score of 14-4 before beating the Newport Buffaloes 7-6. In that championship game, Terrence Egler was the man responsible for tying the game. Terrence Egler, down to his final strike with 2 outs, managed to hit the ball not very hard, but hit it right at the right spot past the diving second baseman to tie the game up with a 2-run single, and while the bases were loaded, Mason Sano got the win. He started the inning with a walk and carried around a score in the bottom of the 7th, and then he ended the 7th inning with a walk-off RBI single to get the Mustangs back-to-back championships in Perry County. So momentum is definitely on all-time high this season for the West Prairie Mustangs. See if they can keep it going here at home on a gorgeous Tuesday afternoon here at West Prairie High School. Game time temperature is 75 degrees. The weather is supposed to be fantastic all week, and it's only got to get better. Our next broadcast out today will be on Thursday for West Prairie softball against the Northern York Polar Bears, and game time temperature, according to our friends over at the ABC 27 Weather Center, they're saying 82 degrees on Thursday. And then Perry County softball tournament hosted by Newport, which will be on Friday, game time temperature is set for 85 degrees. So it should be fantastic weather. A few clouds in the sky, sure, but no rain in sight. And today is our breast cancer awareness baseball game. West Prairie versus Waynesboro. And hold up a second, we gotta fix our camera here a second. We have the starting lineups for both these teams. First, we're going to get started with the Waynesboro Indians lineup. Batting first for the Indians, head coach is Travis Hartman. Batting first will be the pitcher for Waynesboro, number 5, Mason Gulkenauer. Batting second will be the shortstop, number 14, Aiden Campbell. Batting third will be the first baseman, number 25, Ethan Hotchkiss. Batting fourth will be the right fielder, number 8, Logan Klapsaddle. Batting fifth will be the third baseman, number 17, Brian Benedict. Batting sixth will be the catcher, number 11, Tyler Karen. Batting seventh will be the center fielder, number 1, Kellen Smith. Batting eighth will be the second baseman, number 2, Dylan Morgan. We have some difficulties here with the microphone. Gonna have a pre-game ceremony for breast cancer awareness, including a national anthem performance and highlighting some breast cancer survivors. And here, where was I? Oh yeah, bottom line, batting eighth will be the second baseman, number 2, Dylan Morgan. And batting ninth will be the left fielder, number 7, John Kale. We'll get to the West Perry lineup in just a moment. But first, we're going to get set ready to go. Perry County Cover Guard is here with us today. And we're getting set for what should be a good one for Breast Cancer Awareness Game here at West Perry High School. We also got some honorary first pitches for our pregame ceremony today. And, of course, our national anthem. The basis umpires for today's game, calling balls and strikes behind home plate, will be Tom Whitmire, and calling off the bases will be Jason Nace. Jason Nace was the home plate umpire for the Perry County Championship game on Saturday between West Perry and Newport. And here he is back again to round out the bases duties here today. Tom Whitmire, first time official for us this year. And it looks like we have the captain's meeting taking place right now at home plate. West Perry fans and players are wearing special blade shirts with the L being replaced by the breast cancer symbol, the breast cancer ribbon. And West Perry Baseball will be wearing special hats, green hats with pink lineage. The WP on the side of their caps are pink as well. Kind of like a pink out game, if you will, today. West Perry wearing special uniforms. We also have West Perry Track and Field in action today. West Perry Track and Field taking on the Northern York Polar Bears in a one-on-one meet today. And we'll be right back to get things started here with our breast cancer awareness game pre-game ceremonies.
Good afternoon. West Perry Baseball would like to welcome you to our breast cancer awareness game versus the Waynesboro Indians. At this time, we would like to introduce the honor guard from New Bloomfield, VFW, Post 7463, as they present our nation's colors. gentlemen, at this time we ask that you rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem by Hannah Booth, Elena Smith, and Gray Kittner. Throwing out today's first pitch will be Carol Smith, a sister of the late Brenda Seidel. She is accompanied by Brenda's daughter, Megan Seidel, and her boys, Amir and Atlas. Also throwing out today's first pitch is Brent Anderson, accompanied by his mom, Kathy.
Yeah, that looks like a double strike to me right there. So it's very good work here.
At this time, we ask the honor guard, umpires, and West Perry baseball team to meet at home plate for a picture.
So while West Perry and the New Bloomfield cover guard
During the game, a
is
bucket will be passed around to collect monetary donations that will go
gotta
to the
be
Brenda
taking
Seidel
pictures.
Behind Foundation. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed today's game.
So very exciting, very special pregame ceremony tradition here at West Perry High School for West Perry baseball team having their pregame ceremony for breast cancer awareness. And while we're doing that, we're going to have our starting lineup announced for the West Perry Mustangs, who will be batting in the bottom of the first inning. Batting first will be the shortstop number 1, Mason Stano. Batting second will be the catcher number 5, Josiah Twig. Batting third will be the second baseman number 9, Cole Brown. Batting fourth will be the third baseman number 23, Quentin Ogden. Batting fifth will be the pitcher for West Perry today, number 13, Bryce Smith. Batting sixth will be the first baseman number 8, Braden McKeever. Batting seventh will be the right fielder number 12, Ryden Hertzler. Batting eighth will be the left fielder number 3, Jordy Ogden. And batting ninth will be the center fielder number 2, Tanner Sigler. So, pregame festivities in the books. Good first pitch for Brent Anderson. Yeah. They'll be on their way back to work over at West Perry Track and Field meet. West Perry Track and Field at home today against the Northern York Polar Bears. We will see Northern on Thursday for West Prairie softball. West Prairie baseball will be down at Dillsburg on Thursday for their first away game in a while.
Got a question. What do you think about that game on Saturday?
All part of the job of being the going pipes at West Prairie Athletics. Whenever people have questions for me, sometimes they just come on over and ask me a few questions, and I answer them, and they're on their way. So sorry for that brief pause in the broadcast, but it's all good. It's all on the day's work for the Golden Pipes of West Prairie Athletics. West Prairie taking the field as we are getting set here, ready for Mid-Penn Colonial Division action. West Prairie versus Waynesboro. West Prairie wearing special game hats here today. Green hats, but with pink lineage. The WP on the West Prairie hats are covered in pink. And underneath those jerseys, they are wearing their special Believe shirts. Breast Cancer Awareness game here today. A few other fans got the opportunity to purchase these fine t-shirts before the game today. As we are getting set and ready to go. I think our camera position is the best that we have had so far this season. I think we gotta try to keep this camera angle going as fly as it is. While we're at it, I don't really want to waste too much time on our trivia question here today. Today, our West Prairie Athletic Park trivia question of the game is this: in which 3 years did the West Prairie Mustangs and the Waynesboro Indians face each other in the District 3 playoffs? In which 3 years did the West Prairie Mustangs and the Waynesboro Indians face each other in the District 3 baseball playoffs? We'll have the answer for you coming up in the third inning. Bryce Smith is the pitcher for the Mustangs here today. And leading off for the Indians is the Waynesboro pitcher, Mason Gokenauer. As Gokenauer looks at first pitch ball up high above the strike zone. And we are underway here for Mid-Penn Colonial Division Breast Cancer Awareness game between West Prairie and Waynesboro. And here's the high ball, and it's going to go down the right field line, and this is going to be out of play for strike one. Mason Gokenauer, the pitcher for Waynesboro here today, wearing number 5. Leading us off here in this ball game. Here's the 1-1 pitch, line drive, and going past Mason Sound. That's got to be a base hit. And now it gets away from the left fielder, Jordy Ogden, for a second. Because of that, Gokenauer's got to reach to second base on it, so officially got to rule it a double. And so a leadoff double here to get us started here today. Up next here is Aiden Campbell. Aiden Campbell batting second. He is the Waynesboro shortstop and has a chance to give the Indians an early 1-0 lead. Quick check on the runner at second, nothing doing. Here's There's the first pitch to Campbell, and he fouls it off for strike one. A picture-perfect day weather-wise here for West Prairie versus Waynesboro. Game time temperature is 75 degrees. A few clouds in the sky, but nothing looking in terms of precipitation today. And there's ball one to Campbell. Ever since the Mustangs have moved to the Mid-Penn Colonial Division after spending several years in the Capital Division, the Indians have won 3 out of 4 games against the Mustangs. And of all 3 of those 4 games have been one-run ball games between these two teams. Never a shutout between these two teams. So expecting some scoring here in this game. And here's the next pitch, and this has got to be up in the air. Calling for it is Cole Brown, and the wind dives it back, and it's got to be dropped by Ryden Hertzler, and that's got to be ruled an E9, unfortunately. Aiden Campbell goes to first. That was for 2 strikes, too, by the way. And Gokenauer thought that ball was going to be caught. Did not stay at second, but instead he'll go to third on the error. Up next here is Ethan Hotchkiss. And timeout here at the plate. And I thought there was a timeout there at the plate. It almost sounded like it. But first pitch ball in the dirt. Got blocked for Josiah Twig. Runners in the corners here after a leadoff double and an error. West Prairie outfielders have been struggling as of late this season. And we got such a very young team. That ball almost got away from the first baseman, Braden McKeever. McKeever able to jump at the last second and hang on to it. That could have scored a run easily. Here's the next pitch, and right down the middle is strike one. Our umpires for today's game. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate is Tom Whitmire. And calling off the bases is Jason Nates. Here's the next pitch, and the dirt, ball 2. We want to thank everyone at home for tuning in on the West Prairie Athletic Department YouTube channel. My name is Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Prairie Athletics. 2-1 pitch, just a bit low, 3 balls and a strike to the Waynesboro first baseman. The 3-1, and swing and miss at the high fastball. It's going to make the count 4 at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Mustangs really needing it out here to keep the runners where they are. Runners at first and third with nobody out. There's the 3-2, and down low, that's got to be ball 4. So early trouble here for the Mustangs as the bases become loaded here with nobody out here in the first inning. And now here comes West Prairie head coach Jeff Sano to come out and talk to the infield here. Bases are loaded with nobody out. It has been a roller coaster of a season for the West Prairie Mustangs. West Prairie getting their first win of the year at home in the first game of the year against Big Spring. Then back-to-back tough losses for them against Shippensburg and James Buchanan. Now the Mustangs have won 3 in a row ever since. Actually, they lost 3 in a row after winning their first game. Then they won 3 in a row, including the Prairie County Championship semifinals against Greenwood, and then a championship game against Newport this past Saturday. I hope everyone had a fantastic Easter weekend. Here's Logan Cropsaddle swinging at the first pitch and fouls it back for strike one. Cropsaddle is the right fielder wearing number 8 for the Indians. And he has a chance to give Waynesboro an early lead here. Bases are loaded with nobody out here in the first inning. Next pitch, the wind has some carry to that one, and it's called strike two. Bryce Smith coming right after Clapsaddle here. No balls and 2 strikes. Looking for strike 3. Here it is, and base pitch way up high for ball 1. One-two pitch coming up here from Smith. Here it is, and call strike 3, and that becomes the first out of the game. And the bases remain loaded. What an opportunity here for the Mustangs to have the bases loaded with nobody out, but has a chance to get out of this with a potential double play ball in order. And here is Brian Benedict, the third baseman, and he looks at ball 1. Bryce Smith relies heavily on his fastball. We have seen that throughout the season so far. He did pitch a little bit in the win against Big Spring. Did not pitch at all on Saturday, so that's why he's pitching here today. Heavy winds here today, but should not be an issue. There's a broadcasting ghost, and there's a call strike 1. We already seen the wind being an impact in the game, however. As an easy fly ball to second, the wind carried the ball way out to right field, and it was dropped by Ryan Hertzler for an error. There's a swing and a miss from Benedict. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tyler Karen is on deck for Waynesboro. The 1-2 from Smith. Swing, fouled away. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Waynesboro is coming off a tough Mercy Rule loss yesterday on the road at Cumberland Valley. The Eagles were victorious 10-0 in 5 innings. There's a ball popped up. It's going to head towards us here a little bit, but it's going to get foul. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wind being an issue here today, a little breezy, but that is nothing new here at West Perry High School. Seems like whenever we're outside during the spring, it's always windy. We never have an issue like this in the fall, at least not rarely. And a high fastball right above Brian Benedict's head, and he still swings at it, and it's back-to-back strikeouts with the bases loaded for Bryce Smith. What an opportunity here for the West Perry Mustangs to get out of a bases loaded jam with nobody out and no runs scored, perhaps. And the first pitch here to Tyler Karen is in the dirt for ball 1. Karen, the catcher for Waynesboro, looking to put the ball in play after the last 2 batters went down on strikes. And did that hit him? Yes, it did. So unfortunately for the Mustangs, with a hit by pitch, the Indians are going to take a 1-0 lead on a hit by pitch. Aiden Campbell goes to third. Ethan Hotchkiss goes to second. And up next here is Cullen Smith, looking at strike 1. I don't know, like that hit by pitch, it sounded like for a brief second that it was off the bat, but a home plate umpire, Tom Whitmire, says it hit the batter. So it's a hit by pitch, run come across the score, and Kellen Smith swings at strike two. No balls and two strikes. Going to get out of this jam with minimum damage for the Mustangs to come with the bat in the bottom of first. The 0-2, waste pitch up high, ball one. Now, it is unfortunate for the Mustangs. Like they got back-to-back strikeouts with the bases loaded and nobody out. And then you hit the next batter to drive for a run. Now here's ground ball and goes off of Quinton Ogden. And this is going to produce some runs here. For a third, not going to be in time. And that gets a ball. Ball gets away momentarily. It wasn't hit that hard, but two runs come across the score off the E5. Second error of the game for the Mustangs. And it's now a 3-0 lead for Waynesboro. Colin Smith goes over to second on the error. And the eighth batter of the inning is Dylan Morgan. And Morgan rocks out ball one. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss from Morgan. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. So Westbury was looking to get out of an early jam here, but now they got a high fly ball down the third base line. It's got to get foul to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. That hit, though, for Colin Smith, even though it was resulted in an error, that came with 2 strikes in the at-bat. Now here you are again, 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Here's the next pitch, and swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Bryce Smith. But the Indians bring 8 batters up to the plate, and 3 come across to score. The top 3 in the lineup scored. And we are going to the bottom half first. Waynesboro with a 3-0 lead. Mustangs coming up to bat for the first time today. Back here now for the bottom half of the first inning. Waynesboro 3 runs on just 1 hit and 2 errors, leaving 2 runners in scoring position to end the first. So here come the Mustangs. 3-run lead does sound like a lot, but hey, what we just learned on Saturday, apparently 3 runs is not enough. And plus, we're only in the first inning, so plenty of time for the Mustangs to come back. And here's the big hero from Saturday, Mason Sano. Sano was 1 for 4 in the Prairie County Championship game on Saturday, and the 1 hit was the game winner for the Mustangs. Strike 1 pitch, and there is 1 ball, 1 strike to the West Prairie sophomore shortstop. Mason Golkenauer is the pitcher for the Indians, and there's ball 2 in the dirt. Certainly, not so much on defense, but the offense confidence has to be at an all-time high this season. Here's an example of that. This is going to go out to right center field for a base hit. Could be extra bases as Stano is off to races for a second. And just like in the first inning for Waynesboro, the Mustangs start the inning off with a leadoff double. So up next here is the senior catcher, Josiah Twig. Both teams starting off the first inning with a leadoff double. And the bunt goes down for Twig. Looking over to third, throw to first. This is a successful sacrifice. 1 pitch, 1 out on a sacrifice bunt from Josiah Twig. Mason Sound goes to third. And up next here is Cole Brown. Cole Brown had a big day on Saturday, pitched 4 innings in the win on the semifinal against Greenwood, then pitched a few more innings to start the championship game against Newport. There he looks at ball 1. Mustangs have a chance to get on the board here with a run on third and 1 out. And next pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. Not a bad idea here for Golkenauer to try to pitch around Cole Brown with a potential run scored for West Perry in third base right now. And bunt pulls it back, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to the West Perry second baseman. There is strike 1. We do have some bad news for West Prairie baseball. What we just learned yesterday. Austin Lyons is potentially, we don't know for sure, but he could be out for the rest of the season. We'll have more details on that in just a second. After his fly ball out to right, Mason thought about going home, but instead it's a race it RBI opportunity. Cole Brown flies out on a 3-1 pitch. And Mason stays put at third base. I think the wind pushed that back towards the infield a little bit. And up next here is Quentin Ogden. He has been struggling at the plate this season, the senior third baseman. Some more details about Austin Lyons. Apparently there was an accidental chainsaw incident yesterday. Austin Lyons is okay, but taking some time. Has some bad foot injury. We hope Austin Lyons is okay. We are rooting for him. We hope he can come back later some point this season. It's not ruled out if he is out for the rest of the season. So our thoughts and prayers go out to Austin Lyons, and hopefully he can come back before the season is over. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Quentin Ogden. And chopper off the plate. Fouled. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the senior third baseman. He has a chance to get the Mustangs on the board. Down by 3, Mason Sano at third base after a leadoff double All up with a sacrifice bunt. Here's the 1-2 and chopper, and that's got to get a hard rip past the shortstop, and it's an RBI single for Quentin Ogden as the Mustangs are now on the board 3-1. So up next here is Bryce Smith, and he looks at pitch down low, ball one. Bryce Smith, the pitcher, 2 outs here. Ogden at first after the RBI single, and there's ball 2 in the dirt. Here's the next pitch, and that's in the dirt. Smith had to dive out of the way. Ogden not going towards third after a good block from Tyler Karen. And it's 3-0 here to Smith. 2 out rallies. Well, nothing new for the Mustangs. We've seen an incredible one on Saturday against the Newport Buffaloes in the Perry County Championship game. And 3-0 pitch is right down the middle for strike 1. 3-1 chopper, and taken by the first baseman, slipping a little bit, and a good heads-up play there for Brian Benedict. Hold on, no, that's Ethan Hatchkiss. And now in the inning, West Perry gets 1 back. The Indians up by 2 after the first inning. You are watching West Perry Baseball Breast Cancer Awareness Game against the Waynesboro Indians, exclusively on the West Perry Athletic Department YouTube channel. We'll be right back for the second inning. Back here now for the second inning of this one. West Perry 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, leaving 1 runner on base. Quentin Ogden have the RBI single to score Mason Sano from third. So a 3-1 ball game here. So leading off, the 9-hitter for Waynesboro is John Kale, and he looks at first pitch ball 1-0. Waynesboro brought 8 batters up to the plate in the first inning. So bottom lineup, then top. And check swing, but it don't matter, is strike 1 called. John Kale, the left fielder for the Indians. We got a 1-1 pitch and way up high for ball 2. West Perry so far this season only has 1 game where they did not give up a run in the first inning. That was at James Buchanan. And 2 balls and 2 strikes after that swing and a miss. Here comes the 2-2, and this is swung on and it's going to get just fouled right into the bullpen here at West Perry. And it will still remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. What a week we have in store for us this week for West Perry Athletics. West Perry softball is on the road today at Waynesboro. They start at 3-3, hoping to get a scoring update later in this game. There's a line drive, and it's going to get caught right to the right fielder, Ryden Hertzler, and that's the first out of the inning. So now we're back to the top of the lineup for the Indians. Here is Mason Gockenauer. He started this game with an leadoff double, just like Mason Sano did in the first inning. There he swings up the first pitch and fouls it back for strike 1. There's the 0-1 pitch, way upstairs for ball 1. Now you gotta be careful here because Gockenauer got the double on this count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases are empty here with 1 out. And there is strike 2 to Gockenauer, the Waynesboro pitcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bryce Smith looking to sit down Gockenauer for the first time. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And line drive out to right field. And jumping effort there for Hertzler. And he makes back-to-back plays on right field. And that is out number 2. Good job there for Ryan Hertzler. He did give up an error in the first inning. Westbury had 2 of them in the first inning. Here, bases are empty with 2 outs. And here's Aiden Campbell. He did reach on error out in left right field to Ryan Hertzler. There he looks at ball 1, or excuse me, strike 1. Next pitch, swing and a miss, tipped in the catcher's glove. In fact, according to our home plate umpire, Tom Whitmire, no balls and 2 strikes. Going for a 1-2-3 inning. Here's the 0-2 and swing and a miss, and that will do it. 1-2-3 inning. Much better performance there for Bryce Smith. We are going to the bottom of the second. Still 3-1 for Waynesboro. back here now for the bottom half of the second. Waynesboro going down 1-2-3 for the first time in the second. After 8 batters came up in the first inning, only 3 in the second inning. And so here we go. 6, 7, 8 hitters stood up for the Mustangs. And here is Braden McKeever looking at strike 1. Here's the next pitch. Only 1 pitch swing and a miss from McKeever. 2 strikes the count now. Again, we want to thank everyone at home for tuning in on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel. Jack swing, no swing, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. My name is Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Prairie Athletics. Here for, so far, an exciting ball game here, and we're only in the second inning. Here's the next pitch in the dirt, ball 2. A new segment for us this season is every day is a national holiday or something. And today is National Submarine Day. And we're talking like the actual submarines like they used to go underwater. But we don't know if we have anybody who's ever been in a submarine in Perry County. We really don't have room for one. I don't know if Sherman's Creek has enough depth to have a submarine. I don't know if the Susquehanna River does either. But that's not our discussion. Is if you have been in a submarine, let us know. What was that like? Let us know in the... Actually, before we wrote that out, McKeever actually did have a base hit. Forgot to rule that, so it's a leadoff single here for McKeever. And here is Ryden Hertzler. Had a couple of nice plays. And step back here. So our discussion for our viewers today. We want to know 2 things. 1, have you ever been in an actual submarine? We want to know what that experience was like. If you haven't, or you just don't want to talk about it, we want to know where is the best sub you've ever gotten in the mid-state. Where is the best place to get a sub? Like a cheesesteak sub or a cold cut sub? Like we want to know who sells the best subs. And we want to know that on our West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel live chat here. Tell us, where's the best place to get a sub? A really good sub. Doesn't matter what kind of sub it is. We want to know, guys. We want to get hungry during this discussion. Good balls and a strike. And there is strike 2. Apparently it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Getting too far away from this game here. Talking about all these subs. Cheesesteak sub, cold cut subs, turkey and cheese sub, meatball subs. We want to know where they are. And there is strike 3 called. Hertzler down on strikes for the first out. One out here. McKeever at first after a leadoff single. And here's Jordy Ogden facing ball 1. Tying run, by the way, is at the plate. And there's a swing and a miss from Jordy Ogden. Strike 1. Yesterday was National Siblings Day. Hope all the siblings had a very nice day yesterday. I would never know that because I pretty much don't have any siblings. I do have a stepsister who lives up in Northeast PA. But I don't know if that actually counts or not. So, I don't know. And here is a ground ball out to center field. That's got to be a base hit for Jordy Ogden. The Ogden brothers, Quentin and Jordy, each with a base hit. And now here's one of the big heroes on Saturday in the Perry County Championship. Here is Tanner Sigler. He tied the game up in the 7th inning at 6 apiece. With the bases loaded single here. He has runners at first and second with only one out, and there he looks at strike one. Tanner Sigler did not hit the ball very hard, but he hit it at the right spot, just passing the diving ever off the Newport second baseman in the championship game on Saturday. And there is ball one in the dirt. Ball getting away a little bit from the catcher, Tyler Karen, but not too far away for the Riders to advance into scoring position. Big gust of wind just blowing by here. That is nothing new here at West Perry. It's always windy here. There's a swing that goes off the tip of the dugout. It was caught, but that doesn't count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good hit accuracy to hit the very edge of the dugout to keep the ball in play, but in play at the infield, but that catch did not count. Ball down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tanner Sigler. Here comes the 2-2, and that's got to get fouled away. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. West Perry Track and Field at home today. They are taking on the Northern York Polar Bears. And there's a check swing, and the home plate umpire said he did go around. So that becomes the second out. Tanner Sigler is down on strikes for out number 2. And now back to the top of the lineup here for Mason Sano. He doubled to lead off the first inning and later carry around to score. The only runner scored for the Mustangs so far. Looking to drive in another run. And this ball gets out to left field for a base hit. And Jeff Sano is saying, hold up there. Brandon McKeever at third base. So with 2 outs, the bases are now loaded. First pitch swing for Sano, 9 RBI. And here comes Josiah Twig. McKeever at third base, Jordy Ogden at second, Mason Sano at first. With 2 outs, bases are loaded here. And here comes the Waynesboro coach, Travis Hartman, to talk about this situation. Josiah Twig, great plate discipline. He's known for his fishing, top walker. One of the top walkers in District 3 a year ago. His on-base percentage was through the roof last year, and he laid down a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. Here he has a chance to perhaps tie the game up for the Mustangs here in the second inning. A base hit in the outfield. Tying Ryan is at second, and we're only in the second inning. This could be one of those games where we're back and forth. All 4 of these games between West Perry and Waynesboro over the last 2 years have been close. Never a blowout. The largest win for either of these teams in this series in the last 2 years was a 7-4 victory for Waynesboro at their home field a year ago. And here's a line drive, and that's going to be a base hit. 1 run coming across the score. Tying run coming to the plate, and it's a 2-run single for Josiah Twig. We are now tied at 3 apiece. 2-run single for Josiah Twig. So don't know what discussion was all about, but Josiah Twig didn't care that much as its first pitch ringing. Graham McKeever scoring from third. Jordy Ogden scoring from second. Mason Stano now at third base. So runners at the corners with still 2 outs. Now the Mustangs have a chance to take the lead here, and there's a first pitch strike to Cole Brown. Brown flew out to right field his last time up. on a 3-1 pitch. Here he faces 0-1. Big spot here for the Mustangs. Tie of 3 now. And Josiah Trey is taken off, but swung on, and this guy get foul for a strike 2 to Cole Brown, the West Prairie second baseman. One thing that you definitely don't see very often in games like in this sport is both teams not with a designated hitter today. And Josiah Trey taken off again on 0-2 pitch and is fouled away again. Good start to the game for both of these teams, and West Prairie looking to take off again, and no throw to second. Josiah Twig steals second base. One ball, 2 strikes here to Cole Brown. Now 2 runners in scoring position, and that next pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Cole Brown. Perhaps they're starting to pitch around Cole Brown here. After starting the at-bat 0-2, it's now 2-2. Now here's a chopper. Could be trouble. Big play here. And out at the plate. Cole Brown thought he was safe, but nice play there for Aiden Campbell, the Waynesboro shortstop. And that will keep this game tied. Now at 3-3 after 2, you are watching West Prairie Baseball Breast Cancer Awareness Game against the Waynesboro Indians exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Department YouTube channel. We'll be right back for the 3rd inning, tied at 3. We are back here now for the 3rd inning. West Prairie 2 runs on 4 hits in the 2nd inning, leaving 2 runs in scoring position, however. So here we go with the 3rd inning, tie at 3. Ethan Hodgkins swinging at the first pitch, and it's going to make it 1 strike to count, and there's strike 2. Hodgkins, he walked his last time up and came around to score. The top 3 in the lineup for Waynesboro, Mason Golkenauer, Aiden Campbell, and Ethan Hodgkins, they scored a run in the 1st inning. And now they are in danger of going down 1-2-3 in their 2nd appearance. And 1 ball, 2 strike pitch is in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mason Golkenauer, leadoff man, 1 for 2 with a double and a line out to right field. And Campbell, 0 for 2 with an error, came around to score and a strikeout. Now Hotchkiss, he walked his last time, so no official at bat for him. But he did come around to score, and now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 in the dirt, ball 4. Hotchkiss walks for the second time. That's a leadoff base runner for the Indians. There were 4 batters retired in a row before that walk. And so here's Logan Clapsaddle. He struck out swinging for the first out of the game. Struck out looking a 1-2 pitch in the first, and step back, throw to first, nothing doing. First pitch coming. Here it is. And bunt gets down. Got it stop and go through the first baseman and a diving safe. Smith was saying he had Klopsaddle there before he got to first base, but instead, that's a tough ruling right there. Like, went right through Brian McKeever, the first baseman. And Smith did have a chance as he dove after Klopsaddle, so I don't know. I think we got ruled out a single here, a base hit. Even Hotchkiss goes over to second on it. Home plate umpire was right there. Tom Whitmire. I mean, it did look close, and now throw to second. Ooh, that was close. So West Prairie fans were looking for an out right there. That was very close at second base. See if Bryce Smith will go after it again. And they will. And sliding back to second. Right now, here's our answer to our West Prairie Athletic Pirate trivia question of the game. In which 3 years did the Waynesboro Indians and West Prairie Mustangs face each other in the District 3 playoffs? West Prairie is looking for a bunt here. And time out the plate. The answer to that question, the first time was in 1991 when the Indians won in the first round against West Prairie 11-3. Then again in 1994 when Waynesboro won in 5 innings 11-1. And now step back to second and out! Great full play there for the Mustangs defense. Looking like they were expecting a bunt, but did not know that the second baseman Cole Brown was right there to apply a tag, so picked off at second. Nice bang bang play there to get Ethan Hodgkins out at second. Now runner on first with 1 out. And finally, the first pitch to Brian Benedict is fouled away for strike 1. As I was saying in the trivia question, Waynesboro in 1994 beat the Mustangs 11-1 in 5 innings in the AAA semifinal. And then 1996 was the last time these two teams met in the District 3 playoffs. That was in the quarterfinals of AAA District 3 playoffs. The Mustangs were victorious in that one, 7-3 in AAA. AAA quarterfinal back in 1996. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Brian Benedict. He struck out swinging his first time up. Off out. Is this guy keeping play right in front of us? Yes, it will. Brian McKeever going to foul territory to make the grab. And there are 2 away now. Logan Klopsow staying put at first. And here's Tyler Karen. He was hit by a pitch his first time up, so no official at bat for him. 3-3 ball game here in inning number 3 with 2 outs. And Robert going for second. Throw to second. Hop, and he got him! Good job for Mason. That's Cole Brown again. Getting the scoop, getting the glove foul in time. Caught stealing. And that will end the inning. Waynesboro, no runs, 1 hit. Nobody left. And we'll be back for the bottom of the 3rd. Still tied at 3. Getting set here for the bottom of the third inning. As the Westbury defense has put on a show here for the last 2 innings. And here we go with the bottom half of the third. Quentin Ogden, he got an RBI single in the first, so making him 1 for 1. Base hit scored Mason Sano from third base in the first inning for the first round of the game for West Perry. Here, Quentin Ogden leading us off here in the bottom half of the third, and there's strike one called. The Ogden brothers, Quentin and Jordy, had a good first at bat, and there's ball one in the dirt. Still pitching for Waynesboro is Mason Gokenauer. Still looking for some scoring updates for West Perry softball. They were at Waynesboro today. Started at 3:30. No scoring update for them as of yet. That pitch was fouled away, so 1 ball, 2 strikes now. And there's ball 2 in the dirt. Back and forth at bat here. Swing and fouled away, and 2 balls in the dirt. Might be looking for a pitch in the strike zone right now if you're Quentin Ogden. Here's the 1-2-2, and that's down low for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter of the inning, Quentin Ogden, the senior third baseman. And full count pitch is in the dirt, ball 4. So Quentin Ogden goes to first on a leadoff walk. Here comes Bryce Smith. He ended the first inning on a ground ball to first base. Here he's got nobody out with Quentin Ogden at first. Here's the first pitch to him, and that's right down the middle for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt, that gets away from the catcher as Quentin Ogden is going to easy go ahead to second on what's going to be ruled a wild pitch, the first of the game. It's a 1-1 count to Bryce Smith, and Ogden goes to second on a wild pitch. So now a runner in scoring position. Ogden, not a big speed threat there at second, but you get a ball out to the outfield hard enough. Might have an RBI, and ooh, this pitch is swung on, and Smith down to a knee there, and he looks to be okay. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Smith. Bryce Smith, a junior this year. Normally when we don't see him pitching, he's used to being out in right field. Bottom of the third, tied at 3. Go-ahead run is in scoring position with nobody out. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the opposing pitcher for West Perry, Bryce Smith. Here's the next pitch, and it's a chopper off the plate, grounded to the first baseman. So the second time that Smith has grounded out to the first baseman, but Quentin Ogden goes over to third on the play. So runner on third with 1 out. Up next here is Braden McKeever. He led off the second inning with a base hit and later came around to score. Here he'll be looking to do that again with go-ahead run on third. And inside pitch, ball 1. And there's ball 2 to McKeever. Westbury fans rallying behind Braden McKeever here, looking for a go-ahead run. And there is strike 1. Westbury has not led in this game so far. They stranded a couple of runs to scoring position in the second inning. Here they have a runner on with one out, and suicide squeeze is on, but and oh my goodness, a bad mistake here. As there was the bunt, but the home plate umpire, Tom Whitmire, saying that ball was touched by McKeever, and as a result, that's out number 2. The rule is you cannot bunt down and then kick the ball, even though it wasn't intentional. You cannot kick the ball away from yourself as the runner, and as a result, that's an out. And so up next here is Ryden Hertzler. He struck out looking his last time up. Unfortunately, because of that, what's even worse for West Perry is that Quinn Ogden, he was going off to home plate, but now he has to get back to third. Ryden Hertzler, 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. It was a good call there by Tom Whitmire. It wasn't even close, so it was chopped in front of the plate, like in front of the batter's box. There's a fly ball. This guy get foul. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes here to Ryden Hertzler. Going for a go-ahead run, and there's ball 1 way upstairs. The 1-2 in the dirt, ball 2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and chopper, that gets fouled. See, well, now I hear a couple of people out here saying like about that rule that just happened against Brandon McKeever. Like, if McKeever was still in the batter's box, that ball is ruled dead, but McKeever was so far out of the batter's box that he hit the ball, and that's why it's an out. If it was still in the batter's box, that's a dead ball, and play continues. Right now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the full count pitch. Swing and a miss. The Indians get out of trouble with a go-ahead run in third. Hertzler goes down on strikes for the second time. We're going to a 4th inning. Still tied at 3 apiece. You are watching West Prairie Baseball Breast Cancer Awareness Game against the Waynesboro Indians exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Department YouTube channel. We'll be right back for the 4th inning here at West Prairie High School. Back here now, 4th inning already here in this ball game. Tie at 3. We have a good one here, ladies and gentlemen. As here's 6, 7, 8 hitters stood out for Waynesboro. And here is Tyler Karen. He was hit by a pitch his last time up, so no official at bat for him. Bryce Smith still pitching on the mound for the Mustangs. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Karen, and he swings and fouls it off for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Once again, our umpires here today are Tom Whitmire calling balls and strikes behind the plate, and Jason Nace is calling off the bases. So we want to know, have you ever thought of becoming a PIAA official? Have you ever thought of becoming an umpire for baseball or softball, or maybe an official for track and field? Now you can. Go to PIAA.org to find out how you can become a PIAA official. Again, that is PIAA.org. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Tyler Karen, the number 6 hitter for Waynesboro, leading us off here in the 4th. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Smith, and that's upstairs for ball 4. So Waynesboro gets a leadoff runner on for the second consecutive inning. 3 out of 4 innings that Waynesboro got the leadoff batter on base. And up next here is Kellen Smith, the center fielder for Waynesboro. He reached on an error his last time up, so making him 0 for 1. And step back here, throw to first, nothing doing. Westbury has done well in keeping the runners exactly where they are for the most part. Here's the first pitch. So it's a bunt and pull it back, and it's called strike 1 anyway. Here comes the 1-strike pitch from Smith. We're taking our time on it. And here comes the pitch. Bunt goes down, and it's going to be trouble. McKeever over first, and speedy effort for Kellen Smith, and it's an infield single. Bunt single there for Kellen Smith. And now runners at first and second here with nobody out. The bottom of the lineup paying dividends for the Indians. And here comes Dylan Morgan. Morgan struck out swinging his first time up. Might be looking for another butt down here. Westbury defenders in close here. Bunt and up in the air, and it's got to be easy. If not about going on third, was McKeever, but it's got to take the easy out, and it's a sacrifice bunt for Dylan Morgan. Both runners at fans. So now Tyler Karen at third, Kellen Smith at second with 1 out. And here comes the number 9 hitter, John Kale. Kale lined out to Ryan Hertzler out in right field his first time up. He'll be looking to do that here again. Infielders for the Mustangs are in here, and this is the first pitch. Gets away, and the Indians have retaken the lead on a wild pitch. So a disastrous mistake there on the first pitch, and there is ball 2 now to John Kale. Colin Smith goes over to third on the wild pitch. That's the first wild pitch today for Bryce Smith. And unfortunately, he scored a run. And there is ball 3. Yeah, walk here wouldn't be a bad idea either, because that puts the double play situation in effect for the Mustangs. And there is ball 4. 4-pitch walk here to John Kale. And see what Westbury decides to do here. They are going to go for the double play here. Double play formation in here for the Mustangs. And at the top of the lineup, Mason Gokenauer. 1 for 2 for him today. He had a double to lead off this game in the first. Quick throw over to first. Waynesboro takes the lead on a wild pitch. And here's the next pitch, and that's a dirt. Good block for Josiah Twig. 1 ball to Gokenauer. Throw over and a good scoop there for McKeever. The scoop saves an error. Another run scored potentially as the runners will stay put first and third. I wouldn't worry too much about that runner at first because you got a runner on third base there with 1 out. A slower breaking ball in there for call strike 1. And I guess a baseball was just thrown in play there by one of our fans. A kid just missed the ball out here in the parking lot out here. And so that's a bunt, and both runners were going on that exchange there. And it's got to be 2 balls to 1 strike to Mason Gokenauer. The pitcher has a chance to extend the lead for his team. 2 balls, 1 strike pitch coming up. Fake throw over again. Bryce Smith is the only pitcher that does that. I mean, with the fake thrower, I mean, this isn't football, young man. So, we go for fake pump fake. That's football as the quarterback. Not many pitchers do that here. 3 balls and a strike now to Gokenauer. There's the next pitch, and that's ball 4. So back-to-back walks will now make the bases loaded for the second time in this game. First time since the first inning. And all with 1 out, and here comes head coach Jeff Sano, as this could be it here. Second mound visit to Bryce Smith and the West Prairie infielders. This could be it here for Bryce Smith today. Checking to see if the mound is okay for his pitcher. Four-three ball game here. Bases are loaded with only 1 out. Definitely cannot pitch around the next batter. The next batter is Aiden Campbell. He's 0 for 2 in the game, but he scored once after reaching on error in the first inning. He struck out swinging his last time up on 3 pitches to end the second inning. Here, if you're West Perry, you definitely need either a strikeout or a ground ball to hopefully get a double play, which West Prairie has done a couple of times so far this season. So here we go with Aiden Campbell, the Waynesboro shortstop. Got off that with the base loaded. He swings and hammers at the first pitch and going after it, and that just goes foul. Jordy Ogden was off to the races. Lost the ball there for a moment, but fortunately for him, it went foul. And strike 1. That ball was hammered, ladies and gentlemen. Not too far from the outfield fence, but it went foul. So now you got be heads up here. Just what kind of swing this kid has. And here's the 0-1, and way upstairs. Good job there for Josiah Twig to jump up and grab it. That could have been another run scored on another wild pitch in this inning. Here comes the 1-1. Swing, fouled away. Strike 2. Big pitch coming up here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases are loaded with only 1 out. Here's the next pitch. Swing, line drive, out of reach and grow for Mason Sano. That's going to be a base hit. One run comes across the score. Ogden having trouble with it. And it's a 2-run single for Aiden Campbell. His first hit of the game. And it's now a 6-3 ball game. Mason Gulkenauer goes over to second on the play. And so now here is Ethan Hotchkiss. He walked twice in this game. There he faces strike one. 3 runs in the first and now 3 runs in the fourth for the Waynesboro Indians. Step back, nobody covering second. Both teams will be back in action on Thursday on the road. West Prairie will be at Dillsburg to take on the Northern York Polar Bears. Waynesboro will be on the road on Thursday. And there's a balk. Balk is called and both runners will advance one base. So balk here now puts runners in scoring position. The infielders are in again. And there is ball one to Hotchkiss. Big inning here. The 7th batter of the inning for Waynesboro. They had 8 batters come up in the first inning. And there's a swing and a miss from Hotchkiss. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss after a high fastball. There's out number 2. And up next here is Logan Clapsaddle. 1 for 2 for him. He struck out looking in the first. He had a base hit in the third inning. And he was caught stealing second to end the third inning. And here he swings at the first base, high up in the air towards right field. Somebody has to grab it, and it's going to be Ryden Hertzler who makes the grab. And that will end the inning. But the Indians retake the lead, 3 runs on 2 hits. And we will go to the bottom of the 4th, 6-3 for Waynesboro. Coming off the big inning, the Waynesboro Indians now have a 3-run lead again here, this time in the bottom of the 4th inning. 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for the Mustangs. As here's Jordy Ogden. He had a base hit and later came around to score in the 2nd inning. here. He leads us off here in the bottom half of the fourth. Thank you to everyone at home for tuning in on the West Bay Athletic Park YouTube channel. Slower breaking ball just misses for ball one. Alex Wall on the call here, the Golden Pipes of West Prairie Athletics. Here for what has so far been a back and forth ball game here between Waynesboro and West Prairie. Bad swing there in the dirt for Jordy Ogden. Makes it 1 ball, 1 strike. And there, ball goes off the catcher's glove, and it's going to be ball 2. Just picture perfect weather here for today. It's supposed to be nice all week, at least until Saturday when we start seeing a couple rain showers. 3 balls and 1 strike here to Jordy Ogden. The Mustangs down by 3. But from what we learned on Saturday, 3 runs is not a bad comeback here. This is nothing for the Mustangs. They were down by 5 heading into the 7th inning on Saturday in the Perry County Championship game against Newport. Full count pitch is swung on ground to the shortstop, and throw is made. Aiden Campbell makes the play, and there is the first out. So up next here is Tanner Sigler. 0 for 1 for him. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat for the second out of the second inning. And there's ball 1. Mason Golkenauer has been very good to this point. Gave a 3 runs in the first 2 innings, 1 run in the first, 2 runs in the second. But he has been solid so far in this game. 2 balls and no strikes here to Sigler. Tanner Sigler, younger brother of West Prairie wrestler here, Nolan Sigler. And there is, was that strike 1 or ball 3? Here's the next pitch, and that's in there for a called strike. Here is the next pitch in the dirt. And yeah, I guess that's ball 3. So it's a full count here. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Tanner Sigler. Here's the full count pitch. And had a dunk under it. And that is ball 4. Tanner Sigler reaches first on a 1-out walk. So now back to the top of the lineup. Here's Mason Sano. 2 for 2 for him today with a double and a single. Just a thing, he only needs a triple and a home run for the cycle. I mean, it's possible. You get a couple more at bats. You get one of those 2 results here. Here's ball 1 here to Sano. And there's ball 2 inside. Here comes the 2-0. And definitely pitching around him, and that was strike 1. Here comes the 2-1, and that's outside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Tanner Sigler at first with 1 out. And timeout at the plate. Mason Sano wanted to make sure he was set forth his 3-1 pitch coming up. And there is ball 4. Back-to-back walks here with 1 out. Tanner Sigler goes over to second. Up next here is Josiah Twig. But before that, the catcher for Waynesboro, Tyler Karen, coming up to talk to Gokenauer. See how they want to face Josiah Twig. He had a 2-run single with the bases loaded in the second inning to tie the game up at 3. Josiah Twig doesn't have that big-time power, but he is effective. Doesn't have a whole lot of base hits, but he delivered earlier already. Laid out a sacrifice bunt in the first, and now we're going to have the Waynesboro coach, Travis Hartman, come out. And, oh wow, they're saying that's it. So we have a pitching change coming up here for Waynesboro. We'll tell you who it is in just a moment. New pitcher now for the Waynesboro Indians, and it's got to be number 15, Seth Dotson. Seth Dotson now pitching for the Indians with runners on first and second with only one out, and Josiah Twig is going to be the first batter that Dotson faces. And a big spot here. West Prairie down by 3, 6-3 the score, as you can see on the top of your screen. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Mustangs looking to get back into this, and before the first pitch, actually we have a timeout to play. The umpire is not set. And now we are. Here comes the first pitch from Dodson. So it's Dodson bunts Josiah Twig, and he pulls it back for ball 1. Josiah Twig, his teammates call him Cy. And he has a 1-1. And there's strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's 1 for 1 in the game so far. He had a 2-run single with the bases loaded in the second inning. He had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. And here's a swing high into center field. Center fielder Kellen Smith calling for it. He makes the grab, and a runner is tagging. And now Mason Sale, great base running there. Sale thought back and forth, but then the ball was loose for a second. And so that's an F8 putout, and both runners tag to go into scoring position. Now with 2 outs. So up next here is Cole Brown. 0 for 2 for him today. Flew out to right field his first time up. Grounded out to the shortstop his last time in the second. And there is strike 1. That is just fantastic base running there for Mason Stano. Thought about attacking and then back and forth like what would I do? They saw the ball get away from second base. He just took full advantage of the second baseman and shortstop not paying attention, Aiden Campbell and Dylan Morgan. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Cole Brown. Base hit can make this a 1-run ball game. There is ball 2. there is ball three. 3 balls and a strike to Cole Brown. Second time that Brown is facing a hitter's count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Did this back in the first and flew out to right field. See if he takes another pitch here. Seth Dodson, a 3-1 in the dirt, ball 4. So now the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Quentin Ogden. Quentin Ogden, the senior third baseman, 1 for 1, had an RBI single in the first, and he walked his last time up to lead off the third. Here he has the bases loaded with 2 outs. And slow breaking ball in there for a call, strike 1. Here's the next pitch, slow breaking ball again, and just misses, ball 1. It's been windy here all day today, ladies and gentlemen. But fortunately, with the new equipment that we have here, wind should not be a problem, except in gameplay. Big swing and a miss from Ogden makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ogden was definitely swinging with full power on that swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Gotta get a run here if you're West Perry. There's a swing, big power, and it's gonna split the gap out of left center field. Quentin Ogden off to the races. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. Here comes the tying run, and it's a bases loaded clearing double. 3-run double for Quentin Ogden. We are now tied at 6. One swing with the big time power from Quentin Ogden, and now a pinch runner. Going up here for the Mustangs. Bases loaded, clearing double for Quentin Ogden. Cole Brown scoring all the way from first to be the tying run. And we are now tied at 6 after 4. Here is Bryce Smith. And this ball gets away, and the pinch runner is going up to third on a wild pitch. Can't tell from here who the pinch runner is. Now the Mustangs now have an opportunity. And here's the swing, and that's going to get fouled. Strike 1 here. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bryce Smith. Smith 0 for 2. He grounded out to the first baseman twice in this game. And here's a swing, good power out to center field, and it's going to be caught. Line drive right to the center fielder, Colin Smith. Smith flying out to another Smith. And we are going to the 4th. Quentin Ogden now has 4 RBIs of the day, and he tied the game at 6-6 with the bases loaded double to score all 3 runners. We are going to the 5th inning, now tied at 6. We are back here for the top half of the fifth. First pitch is popped up, and it's going to be caught by McKeever. First pitch swinging from Brian Benedict, and that is how the fifth inning gets underway. One pitch, one out. Quentin Ogden, the senior third baseman, having himself a game. 2 hits for him and 4 RBIs. And here's first pitch strike to Tyler Karen. It's been a back and forth kind of game here. The Mustangs have never led in this game, but they are hanging in with the Waynesboro Indians, tied at 6 here in inning number 5. And there's ball 2 in the third. Found out a pinch runner for Quentin Ogden in the last inning was Dakota Winner. 2 balls and a strike. And tied at 6 here in the 5th. Here's the next pitch, way up high for ball 3. The Waynesboro catcher, no official at bat for him. He was hit by a pitch in the first, and he walked and let Karen out to score into 4th. Here he is with bases empty, 1 out, 3-1 pitch from Bryce Smith, and that is up high for ball 4. So Tyler Karen walks for the second time in back-to-back innings. And it really is a big spot here. Waynesboro is still looking for their first win in the Mid-Penn Conference Colonial Division. And now we gotta have a timeout here. The next batter is Cullen Smith, who had a base hit his last time up. And I believe this is going to be it for Bryce Smith, and indeed will be. So new pitching change coming up here for the Mustangs. We'll tell you who it is as well our defensive substitutions in just a moment. Tied at 6 here in the 5th inning. We are back here, new pitcher for the West Prairie Mustangs, and it's Mason Stano. Stano was the big star on Saturday in the Prairie County Championship game. In fact, Mason Stano pitched for 5 innings on Saturday and was given the win on the mound. Well, we know we have a couple of defensive substitutions here for the Mustangs, but we do not have them yet. Can't recognize the numbers for, like, we definitely have a new shortstop for one. And quick throw over to first, nothing doing. Cullen Smith now up to bat. He had a base hit in the 4th and Larry Carolina score. Smith reached on an error in the first inning, making him 1 for 2. And there's ball one up high. The go-ahead run is at first base. Tyler Karen, the catcher. Normally for most baseball teams, we see a pinch runner here for the catcher. And there's a hit by pitch. Colin Smith will go over to first base. Tyler Karen will go over to second. So now a good start here for Mason Sano. As now runners at first and second here. So up next here is Dylan Morgan. 0 for 1 for him. He laid out a sacrifice bunt in his last plate appearance in the fourth inning. See if he decides to go for it again. Instead he looks at ball one. Good matchup here in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. This is not an easy division. Any one of these teams can win the division championships. Here's the swing and a miss for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. I guess you can say that a Mid-Penn Conference Commonwealth division might be a little bit tougher, but in the Commonwealth or in the Colonial Division, any one of these teams can win it. Commonwealth, you got teams like Cumberland Valley, Central Dauphin East, as well as other teams. But here, this division is stacked. You got the Northern Polar Bears, the Mustangs, the Indians. Here you got James Buchanan, Big Spring, Shippensburg. Literally any one of these teams can win it. And still got plenty of ball game left. 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Plenty of season left. We're just barely getting started here. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Santos. Swings, fouls it off. Tyler Karen at second. Colin Smith at first. 1 out. Here in the top half of the fifth. The 1-2 from Sandoz. Chopper, line drive, not a chance for the keeper at first, and that's going to be a base hit. Runner's going to come across the plate, and the Indians have retaken the lead. It's now 7-6, an RBI single for Dylan Morgan. That ball was ripped hard, ladies and gentlemen. Not a chance for Brandon McKeever at first. Tyler Karen scores from second. Colin Smith goes from first to third. And still 1 out. Now with runners in the corners and a 7-6 lead for Waynesboro. As the number 9 hitter, John Kale. 0 for 1 for him. He walked his last time up and later came around to score. And step back, throw to third. Nothing doing. That is one thing that most teams never do. They take an eye on the runner in third. Well, West Perry mostly does that when there's only runners in the corners. Never with the bases loaded or when there's just 1 runner at third base. Here's a swing, high fly ball, and Herster makes a great run and a throw to the plate is offline. It's got to be a sacrifice fly for John Kale. And now a 2-run lead for Waynesboro, now with 2 outs. It could have been close if the throw from Ryan Herster was on target. But that's too much to ask for anybody, really, especially at this level. Now back to the top of the lineup for Mason Gokenauer, and he faces ball 1. So it's bump, pulls it back, strike 1. Gokenauer, 1 for 2. He walked his last time up. He was stranded at third in the fourth inning. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mason Gokenauer, the Waynesboro pitcher, and he swings at the next pitch and fouls it back for strike 2. And throw to first, nothing doing. One ball, 2 strike pitch to Gokenauer. Here it is. And slow breaking ball. Almost looked like a cutter fastball there. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Could have been a slider. Oh no, definitely had some cut to it. 2-2 with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. And swing and a miss. Gokenauer goes down on strikes. And the inning is over. But the Indians get 2 more runs here to take an 8-6 lead. Once an RBI single from Dylan Morgan. Then a sacrifice fly from John Kao. And we are going to the bottom half of the 5th. 8-6 lead for Waynesboro. Back here now, getting set for the bottom of the 5th inning. Final line score for both starting pitchers. West Prairie's Bryce Smith, 4 1/3 innings, facing 24 batters. Struck out 5. He walked 6 batters, gave up 4 hits and 5 earned runs. He had 2 wild pitches. For Mason Gokenauer for Waynesboro, 3 1/3 of an inning. Facing 19 batters, struck out 3 Mustangs, walked 3 batters, gave up 6 hits and 5 earned runs. He had 0 wild pitches. And here we go, bottom of the 5th inning, and 6, 7, 8 hitters once again do it up for the Mustangs. Here's Brandon McKeever looking at strike 1, and there's ball 1 in the dirt. Again, we want to thank everyone at home for tuning in on the West Prairie Athletic Department YouTube channel. Time running on the Mustangs. Check swing, and it's a full swing in the eyes of the home plate umpire, Tom Whitmire. That is strike 2 to Brandon McKeever. 1 for 2 for him. He was called out on interference in the 3rd inning, and he led off the 2nd with a base hit. So, second at bat for him to lead off an inning. And here's a chopper. Goes over to 2nd. Throw is going to be in time. Bang bang play there for second baseman Dylan Morgan. And that's the first out of the inning. So up next here is Ryden Hertzler. Ryan Hertzler 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Once looking, 1 swinging. And there's ball 1 in the dirt. And there is strike one to Hertzler, the West Prairie right fielder. Seth Dodson has done well ever since taking over on the mound for Waynesboro. Here he has a 1-1 count, and that next pitch is in the dirt for ball two. Hertzler has definitely done well in building up the pitch count on a Waynesboro pitcher. Struck out on 2-2 in the second, and he struck out on the full count in the third inning. Here he has a 3-1 count. And next pitch, right down the middle, a strike two. Anyway, you have two strikeouts already, and you have a 3-1 count. I would have been taking a swing at that because you know if the next pitch had to be in the strike zone. If it was down the middle, I would swing at that. And here he swings on a full count pitch and fouls it off. Jordy Ogden is on deck for the West Prairie Mustangs. Here's the next pitch. Low breaking ball, ball four. So Hertzler gets on base for the first time. And a one-out base runner for the Mustangs. So up next here is Jordy Ogden. 1 for 2 for him. He grounded out to shortstop his last time up, so the Mustangs, or excuse me, the Indians, will be looking for that here again with the double play in order. Here's the next pitch, up high, ball one to Jordy Ogden. The Ogden brothers doing very well playing the ball in play. Quinton especially, 3 play appearances, 1 walk, and a double and a single with 4 RBIs for Quinton. So here's the younger brother, Jordy, based on 1 ball, 1 strike count. Fifth inning here. Mustangs down by 2. And there is ball 2 to Jordy Ogden. The Mustangs only has 1 win in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. That was against Big Spring in Game 1 of the season. Waynesboro still looking for their first. There's a swing. Runner goes and a double play in order. 4-6-3, not in time. So it's a fielder's choice for Jordy Ogden. Ryan Hertzler out at second. So 2 gone here with a runner on first. That ball was hit right to the second baseman Dylan Morgan, but didn't go fast enough to him. So a double play not successful, but does get a fielder's choice. Runner out, getting the leadoff runner at second. Here's Tanner Stickler looking at first pitch strike. And now this ball gets away, and Jordy Ogden, West Prairie Mustangs, the dugout saying, don't go. Like, we have to time run at the plate. It's like, don't risk it. If the ball is, especially if the ball is still in play. Almost a disaster there for Waynesboro. Could have been the first error on the game on them. And there is strike 2 called on Tanner Sigler. Remember, Tanner Sigler tied the game up on Saturday in the Perry County Championship with 2 strikes. Let's see if he does something here on an 0-2 count. Here's the next pitch. Way outside for ball 1. Good waste pitch there for Seth Dodson. Here's the 1-2. High fastball swings. Makes great contact to it. But it goes right to the center fielder, Smith. And that will end the inning. Mustangs gets a runner on. But no score as we're heading into the 6th inning of this one. Still an 8-6 lead for Waynesboro. Having a little technical difficulties just there, but it was first pitch swinging for Waynesboro. The leadoff hitter for Waynesboro was number 2 hitter Aiden Campbell, swinging out to first pitch, flying out to center fielder, and that will start the top half of inning number 6. And now first pitch swing again, and this goes out to center field, and it's a base hit for Ethan Hotchkiss. First base hit for him today. It counts with 1 out. The Indians being aggressive here. Swinging at the first pitch and back-to-back at-bats to lead off the top half of inning number 6. Up next here is Logan Klopsaddle. Klopsaddle, he had a base hit in the 3rd. 1 for 3 for him. And there is ball 1. Mason Sano still on the mound for the Mustangs. Not really a starting pitcher for West Perry, but he can be effective. He had 5 innings in the win against Newport on Saturday, and he was given the win. Here he gets a back-to-back hits. Here's Klopsau with his second base hit of the game. Just getting past the West Perry shortstop, and there are runners at first and second here with only 1 out. Cole Brown is the new shortstop. And here's the next batter, right to center. Could be a double play. 1 and a hop to the first and not in time. Cole Brown, a little more accurate throw. Would definitely have the double play. So it's a fielder's choice. Logan Klopsau out at second. Brian Benedict, first pitch ring, gets the fielder's choice. Ethan Hotchkiss goes over to third. And up next here is Tyler Karen. No at-bats for him. A hit by pitch, and he's walked twice in this game. He also scored twice in this game, in each of the last 2 innings, in fact. Here he has a chance to increase the Waynesboro lead so late in this game. And a fake throw over to third. Big spot here, Tyler Karen, the catcher. Quick time out there at the plate. And the next pitch, first pitch to Karen is way up high for ball one. Have to be aggressive here against a batter that has been done very well at the plate despite having no hits through 3 plate appearances. And there's ball two. Here's the 2-0, and that's ball three. Tyler Karen, a good hitter's count, 3-0. 2 outs here with runners out first and third. Here in the top half of inning number 6. And there is ball four inside. It's a 4-pitch walk. Third time that Karen has walked in this game on 3 consecutive innings, no less. And bases are now loaded with 2 outs. Waynesboro has done well with the bases loaded so far in this game. Third time for Waynesboro to have the bases loaded, and looks like we could have a pitching change coming up here. Head coach Jeff Sano coming out to talk to his son Mason. With the next hitter being Colin Smith. He has scored twice in this game, had a base hit in the 4th, and they're going to stick with Mason Sano. Tanner Sigler, by the way, is the new second baseman, which means Bryce Smith is out in center field. So up next here is Colin Smith. 2 outs, bases loaded. Sano trying to get out of this predicament here, and he throws ball one. Gotta get a strike here if you're Mason Sano. You just gave up a 4-pitch walk, now already behind 1-0 on Smith. And there's strike one, throw to first, and close. Good throw for Josiah Twig behind home plate. Strike one here to Smith. Trying to get out of the inning right there at first base. That was dangerously close. 1-1 pitch from Sano. Upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. Can't afford to walk in and run. 2 balls and a strike here to the Waynesboro center fielder. And here's the swing. Up in the air. That's going to get foul. It's got even the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's a big strike right there. I mean, it was well hit, but well foul at the same time. 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 outs and the bases loaded. A 2-run lead for Waynesboro. A base hit could double that lead. The 2-2. Swing high out to center field for Bryce Smith. He'll make the grab and the inning is over. Indians strand the bases loaded. And we are going to the bottom half of inning number 6. Still 8-6 for the Indians here in this one. So we have a scoring update for West Prairie softball earlier today. Jessica telling us that West Prairie had a heartbreaking loss today. We're actually showing this comment right here, right now. Girls softball had to, well, I can't read the entire comment right there. It's just on your screen, so we'll just read it off for you. Girls softball had a heartbreaking loss at Waynesboro today after being ahead 6-2 in the bottom of the seventh. Kind of sounds a lot like Newport baseball this past Saturday, unfortunately. It just went the other way here for West Prairie softball. The Waynesboro Maidens winning 7-6 in 8 innings. And Molly Nelson had a big day today, apparently, hitting back-to-back solo home runs in the game. So Molly Nelson with a nice game today against Waynesboro at their field. 3 balls and 1 strike now. It's the top of the lineup due up for West Prairie. It's a 3-1 count here to Mason Sano. So a tough loss for West Prairie softball today. We will see them on Thursday against the Northern Polar Bears. On a 3-1 count, Sano hits it to the second baseman, Dylan Morgan, and that's the first out of the inning. Time running out on the West Prairie Mustangs here. 5 outs left to work with, but hey, this is the West Prairie team that was down by 5 in the 7th inning on Saturday in the Prairie County Championship game. So 2-run lead for Waynesboro feels like nothing for the Mustangs. 1 strike count here to Josiah Twig. Twig had a two-run single in the 2nd inning. He's 1 for 2 so far in this game. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Twig. There's a line drive, and that goes off to right field for a base hit. Josiah Twiggy is what head coach Jeff Sale calls him, and it's a 1-out single here. 2nd hit of the game for Twiggy. And 1 out here. Tying runner's got to come up to the plate now. Here's Cole Brown. He walked and Larry came around to score his last time up. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Strike 1 called here to Cole Brown. Now, one thing that we learned about West Prairie baseball this past Saturday is never quit. You can be down by 1 run, 2 runs like they are now, or 5 runs on Saturday. Doesn't matter how far behind we are, just never give up. And if you don't, you could be getting results like what we saw on Saturday. No balls, 1 strike here to Josiah Twig. Here's the next pitch from Dodson, and he fouls it off to make it no balls and 2 strikes here to the now West Prairie shortstop. Cole Brown was at second base. There's the swing, popped up. Calling for it is the shortstop, Aiden Campbell. He makes the grab, and there are 2 away now. The Harrisburg Senators are having their season opener today at home. Later tonight at 7 o'clock, first pitch for the Harrisburg Senators, minor league baseball, getting their season started tonight at home. I forget who they're facing. I think they're facing Altoona, maybe? I don't know. 1 ball, no strikes here to Quentin Ogden. Quentin Ogden, the man of the game right now. He has 2 hits and 4 RBIs. He has not been retired once in this game. A single in the first, a walk-in to lead off the third, and a bases-loaded double for 3 RBIs in the 4th. Here he faces a 2-1 count. Who knows, maybe with 1 swing of the bat, Quentin Ogden can't tie this game up. Here's the 2-1. Check swing, throw to first, nothing doing. And, 3 balls and a strike now to Ogden. Quentin, the senior third baseman, looking to keep his hot streak going. And there is strike two down at the knees. Oof. Tough pitch to take right there. 3-1 count. You got runner on first. You represent the tying run. And pitch right at the knees. And throw to first. Nothing doing. Looks like West Prairie Track and Field has wrapped up their home meet against Northern. We hope to get a couple scoring updates for West Prairie Track and Field. We will see them in a couple of weeks. I think it's 2 weeks from Saturday when we have the West Prairie Mustang Track and Field invite. And there's ball four. Josiah Trey was running on a full count with 2 outs. And Ogden reaches on a walk, his second walk today, and a fourth time today if Quentin Ogden has reached base. So he's still 2 for 2 today with 4 RBIs. And now here's a totally different line score. Bryce Smith, 0 for 3 for him. He hit the ball hard his last time up, but lined out to center field. He's 0 for 3 so far. A couple ground outs to first base. Lined out. Here he looks at strike one. Seth Dodson. And Bryce Smith represents the go-ahead right at the plate. Swings and fouls that ball back. No balls and 2 strikes. Don't necessarily have to get a hit here, but you have to get on base here. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Here's the 0-2. Slow breaking ball upstairs. Good take there for Bryce Smith. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jeez, I don't know how you take that ball. He's 0-2. Here's the 1-2. Swing popped up. Calling for him, foul territory. It's the third baseman Benedict. He makes the grab, and the inning is over. We are going into the 7th inning, and the Mustangs down by 2. You are watching West Prairie Baseball Breast Cancer Awareness Game against the Waynesboro Indians, exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Power YouTube channel. We'll be right back for the 7th inning of this one. Here we go, 7th inning for the second consecutive game. The Mustangs are behind on the scoreboard, heading into the 7th and final inning here, but only down by 2. And Mason Sano hits the first batter of the inning. That is Dylan Morgan. And early trouble here. I don't think that was intentional, but now John Cale. 0 for 1 for him. He lined out to right field his first time up, had a walk and came around to score in the 4th, and he hit a sacrifice fly in the 5th inning. Waynesboro had the bases loaded in the last inning. First time that Waynesboro has stranded the bases loaded. And here they got an early runner in Dylan Morgan at first base after being hit by the first pitch. So now here's John Cale. And first pitch to him is in for a call strike one. Here's the next pitch, John Cale rips it and just gets past Cole Brown at shortstop. And this is going to be a base hit. Throw into the shortstop. And it's a stand-up double for John Cale, his first hit of the game. And now two runners in scoring position with nobody out. Remember back in the first inning, Waynesboro had the bases loaded with nobody out to start the game. Now you got runners in scoring position, nobody out. Infielders coming in here for the top of the lineup. Fifth plate appearance coming up here for Mason Gokenauer. Or actually, no, this is a pinch hitter, and oh, what a dive and grab! Tanner Sager, the athleticism, it clearly got past Brian McKeever, and Tanner Sager with the dive. Oh my goodness, that saved a run. That was the pinch hitter, Seth Dodson. And now one out, but still runners in scoring position. That might have just saved the game there for the Mustangs. But now first pitch here to Aiden Campbell gets away, and it's a wild pitch. The Indians score another on a wild pitch, second time in this game. John Cale goes over to third. Aiden Campbell facing 1-0 count. There's a swing, and that gets past the diving effort of Cole Brown, and it's got to be a base hit. Another run's got to come across the score. It's now a 4-run ball game. RBI single for Aiden Campbell. He now has 2 hits and 3 RBIs in this game. And top of the line, that's done well for the Indians. Here's Ethan Hotchkiss batting third in the lineup. And there is ball one in the dirt. Hotchkiss got a base hit his last time up with 1 out in the inning number 6. Aiden Campbell at first after the RBI single. 10-6 ball game now in the 7th inning. 2 big insurance runs for the Indians here in this inning. And there's ball 2. Mid-Penn Colonial Division at its finest. This is definitely the highest scoring game between these two teams in the last couple of years. 10-6 ball game, and here's a swing down third base line. Fair ball! Called on home plate umpire Tom Whitmire, and it's got to be a double here for Ethan Hotchkiss. His second hit in back-to-back at-bats. Aiden Campbell stays at third. Or she's a hold up at third. And now it looks like this might be it for Mason Sando as the pitcher, as Jeff Sano is coming out. Big inning here. And ball is being taken. Jeff Sano doesn't look very happy with what just happened in this inning. They're only down by 2, now down by 4. Pitching change coming up here for the Mustangs. We'll tell you who it is in just a second. Bottom of the 7th, or top of half of inning number 7. Back here now for his pitching change. Ryden Hertzler coming in from right field now pitching for the Mustangs. Mason Sound goes back to shortstop. Tanner Sigler now goes out to right field. And Cole Brown is now at second. Infielders in here with 2 runners in scoring position for Logan Clapsaddle. He had a base hit his last time up. Ruled out at second on the fielder's choice. First pitch from Ryden Hertzler is in for call strike 1. 1 out here, 7th inning. Runners in scoring position, second and third base. Here's the next pitch. Just misses for ball 1. And next pitch to him. Just misses again. Ball 2. Good pitches being thrown here for Ryden Hertzler. I believe this is the first time we are seeing him on the mound at home this season. I don't know if he's been pitching away this season at all. And here's the next pitch, and that's well fouled for strike 2. Logan Clapsaddle, the hitter for Waynesboro. 2 for 4 for him. He had 2 singles so far in this game. Here he faces a 2-2 count. Infielders are in here with only 1 out. Needs a strikeout here. A big out here for the Mustangs. And waste pitch way up high for ball 3. Actually, I wouldn't count that a waste pitch right there. I mean, 2-2 count. Yeah, you want to get that close to the strike zone. Full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Big pitch coming up here from Hertzler. And here it is. Swing, line drive, base hit. Run's going to come across the score. And now it gets away. Ball gets away from Jordy Ogden. And a second run's going to come across the score. It is a 2-run double for Logan Clapsaddle. And the Indians have doubled it up. It's now 12-6. So, crushing blow here for the Mustangs. They were only down by 2 in this inning, and now 4 runs have come across in the 7th. And the Indians are piling on here. Another run potentially at second, and now a ground ball, and a smart throw for Mason Sound to go to Ogden over at third, and now they got the runner on a rundown between second and third base. And still going. A good hustle here for Clapsaddle. Trying to fend off. Pretty much the entire West Prairie team is between second and third and out at second. So it's a fierce choice for Brian Benedict. And there are now 2 outs. So up next here is Tyler Karen. He has walked 3 times in this game, in each of the last 3 innings. Here he has a plate appearance in the 7th inning. 5th plate appearance for him. He was hit by a pitch and walked 3 times so far in this game. And a high ball, and McKeever, he didn't have that ball there for a second. He had to jump up. He didn't think he had it, but it was in his glove. So Karen, no official at bat for him yet. And it's a 6-run ball game. And there's ball 1 to the Waynesboro catcher. 8th batter for Waynesboro in this inning. And next pitch is ball two. Both these teams will be back in action on Thursday. The Mustangs will be on the road at Dillsburg, taking on the North New York Polar Bears at 4 o'clock on Thursday. Waynesboro will be at Shippensburg at 4:15 on Thursday. Another high throw over, nothing doing. I mean, you got two outs. You're down by six. I mean, there really is no point to try to get the runner out in first, even if he tries to steal second. Yeah, this West Prairie crowd is stunned by what Waynesboro has been doing to the Mustangs this year in this game. All right, for West Prairie, a very young team this year. Only three seniors: Quinton Ogden, Josiah Twig, and Anthony D'Angelo. They're the only three seniors. Two of them are starting. Anthony D'Angelo now a starter for the Mustangs. And there's strike one on a 3-0 pitch. When you have a young team like this, I mean, they can still make it to the playoffs. They have a winning record, 4 wins and 3 losses. There is ball 4 to Karen. That is the 4th time that Karen has walked in this game. Fantastic plate fishing and discipline at the plate. 4 walks for him. I mean, not many batters can say that. So here's the 9th hitter of the inning. This is Kellen Smith. He has scored twice in this game. He's 1 for 3. And he swings at a first pitch and fouls it off for strike one. And step back, nothing doing. So as I was saying, like West Prairie can still make the playoffs. I know there's still a lot of season left for the Mustangs. And like we're not even halfway through it, but they already won the Prairie County Championship, which is a huge confidence booster for them. Winning Prairie County Championship for the 2nd consecutive year. They're 18th in program history. That is the most of any Prairie County school in baseball. Like when you already have that on your belt, like you're now the Prairie County champions. It's a huge confidence booster, and who knows? Like if you make the playoffs, you might not be in the number 1 seed like you were last year. But here's the fly ball out to left field. Jory Ogden comes up to bat, and the inning is finally over. 9 batters come up to bat, and 4 of them come across the score. Last chance here. See if West Prairie can pull off a miracle again. This time down by 6. Last chance come up for the Mustangs in the bottom of the 7th. Can the West Perry Mustangs do it again? They are down by 6 this time compared to 5 on Saturday. But here we go. The West Perry Mustangs 6, 7, 8 hitters stood up for a third time in this inning. The 6, 7, 8 hitters stood up to lead off the inning. This is Braden McKeever. 1-1 strike now. Here in the 7th inning. Waynesboro 12 ones on 11 hits. Seth Dodson trying to close the door. Here's the swing, and that goes down. Third base line, fair ball. McKeever off to the races, and this got to be a good start for the Mustangs as McKeever has a leadoff double. Second hit for McKeever today, his first hit since leading off the second inning. And up next here is Ryden Hertzler, the new pitcher, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He walked his last time up in the 5th inning. First pitch to him in the dirt, ball 1. 1-0 pitch in the dirt. Seth Dodson looking to close the door. If he can hang on to this big lead, he'll be given the win on the mound. And there is strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. If you're a Mustangs, you just need to get on base in any way you can, just like McKeever did with a leadoff double. Next pitch in there. No, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Remember, West Perry was down by 5 in the 7th inning on Saturday against Newport. Here they're down by 6, and it's a full count now to Ryden Hertzler. Full count pitch from Dodson. Check swing, call, strike 3. And there's the first out. Third time for Hertzler down on strikes. Not a day to remember for Ryan Hertzler at the plate. Here's Jordy Ogden now. 1 for 3 for him. He reached on a fielder's choices last time up. Had a single in the 2nd inning and came around to score. 1 ball, no strikes to the West Perry left fielder. Runner on second with 1 out. Here's the next pitch, and that's in there for strike 1. The Indians are looking for their first win in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. And there's a swing, tipped into the catcher's glove. There is strike 2. Sun is shining, is setting down here at Perry County. And here's the swing, fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes, still the count. We encourage everyone to stick around for the West Perry Athletic Department post-game report. We'll have all the final stats for you here. And what's next for both teams, as well as our next broadcast here on the West Perry Athletic Department YouTube channel. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jordy Ogden. Here's the 2-2. Down low, ball 3. Back-to-back batters getting the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tanner Sigler is on deck. 3-2, swing, fouls it off again. Still 3-2. Wind race starting to blow here, and that is strike 3. No, Jordy Ogden thought that was strike 3. It's like, what is it? What is it? It's ball 4. Ogden thought he just struck out. He was like, no, it's ball 4. I'm like, okay. So runners at first and second here. Here's Tanner Sigler. And Sigler looks at strike one. Sigler 0 for 2. He walked in the fourth inning and came around to score. Now facing an 0-1 count. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And right down the middle for strike two. Back-to-back pitches in the strike zone. Definitely Seth Dodson, the pitcher for Waynesboro, is looking for a ground ball. But Tanner Sigler is taking these pitches. Here's the 0-2. And swing and ground ball. This could end it. And nope, it will not end it. The second baseman a little too slow to get over to second. So it's a fielder's choice. And the Mustangs are down to their final out. Brandon McKeever goes over to third. And it's the top of the lineup now for the Mustangs. Here is Mason Sano. 2 for 3 for him. He grounded out to the second baseman his last time up in the sixth inning. Here he's got runners at the corners with 2 outs. And there's strike one. And here's a swing, line drive, foul ball. And the Mustangs are down to their final strike. The 0-2. Swing, fouls it back. Sano has scored twice in this game. He had a double in the first, a single in the second, and he walked in the fourth inning. Seth Dodson looking to close the door. Here's the 0-2. Swing, line drive out to left field. Left fielder Scotty, and that is the ball game. The Waynesboro Indians have a big inning in the seventh with 4 runs, and they close the door on the Mustangs for their first win in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. We'll be right back in 2 minutes for the post-game report. Waynesboro wins this one 12-6. We are back here now for the West Prairie Athletic Park post-game report. As you can see on the top of your screen, the Waynesboro Indians going away with a 12-6 win on the road at West Prairie. The Waynesboro Indians have now won 4 of the last 5 ball games against the West Prairie Mustangs. And this one was nowhere close. A 12-6 decision victory for Waynesboro, largest win in the history of Waynesboro. Well, I wouldn't say the history, at least in the history of being division rivals. And West Prairie, heartbreaking loss for them, coming off a big win on Saturday against Newport in the Prairie County Championship. So now West Prairie has to find a way to get back into winning ways. They only have 1 win so far in Mid-Penn Colorado division. It's a very tough division for West Prairie Mustangs. Not like when it used to be in the Capital division, but still got to find a way to get back. Definitely the largest loss of the season for West Prairie. We can see West Prairie head coach Jeff Salmon not very happy talking to his players after this game out in right field. But it is what it is, so just gotta find a way to get back. In baseball, it's not like football where you try to win every single game. But in baseball, you just look to perform well, and sometimes you get the wins, sometimes you get the losses. It's all about performing well, and West Prairie did do a good job in a few innings, putting the ball in play a lot, hitting the ball hard, but the result just wasn't there today for the Mustangs, so just gotta look back and bounce back on Thursday against the Polar Bears at Northern. Final line score for both teams: West Prairie 6 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors, leaving 10 runners left on base. Waynesboro 12 runs on 11 hits, no errors, leaving 10 runners left on base. The winning pitcher for Waynesboro is Seth Dodson, wearing number 15, pitched for 3 2/3 of an inning, facing 18 batters. Had 1 strikeout, gave up 4 walks, 3 hits, and only 1 earned run in the win for Waynesboro. The losing pitcher for West Prairie is Mason Sano. He pitched for 2 innings, facing 15 batters. Or actually, I take that back. Or no, I'm right. Yeah, Mason Sano given the loss, 2 innings, 15 batters, 1 strikeout, gave up 1 walk, 6 hits, and 3 earned runs. He had 0 wild pitches in the loss for West Prairie. It's very hard to tell who had a better game, so we're going to give the West Prairie Athletic Department player of the game to Tyler Karen. He had a great game today. 5 plate appearances, not a single at bat. He was hit by a pitch on the first pitch he saw in the first inning. Then he walked 4 times. And he scored twice in the win for Waynesboro. So Tyler Karen, the Waynesboro catcher, West Prairie Athletic player of the game. West Prairie now drops to 4 wins and 4 losses overall. They are now 1-5 in the Mid-Penn Conference Colonial Division. They will be back in action on Thursday down at Dillsburg when they take on the Northern York Polar Bears at 4 o'clock on Thursday. Waynesboro now improves to 3 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw. They have just got their first win in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. They are 1-3-1 in that division. Waynesboro will be back in action on Thursday on the road as they will be taking on Shippensburg at 4:15 on Thursday. Our next broadcast here on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel will be on Thursday at 3:30 for West Prairie softball against the Northern York Polar Bears at 3:30 on Thursday for our next broadcast on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel. We hope you can tune in for that one. Should be an exciting one with better weather. In fact, 85. It's supposed to be like 82 degrees on Thursday, so it should be a fantastic weather on Thursday for softball against Northern York Polar Bears at 3:30. That's going to do it for us here at West Prairie High School. On behalf of our athletic director, Ryan Anderson, our private dress announcer, Brent Anderson, and our high school principal, Corey Hoffman, and all of us here at West Prairie High School, I am Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Prairie Athletics, saying so long from West Prairie High School. This has been a presentation of West Prairie Baseball Breast Cancer Awareness Game against the Waynesboro Indians, exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Department YouTube channel. Your final score on this one, Waynesboro wins it 12-6. Good night, everybody.